April 2020. Today we're going to be talking about the unboxing of our new hat press. Alright, here we go. So what I'll do is I'll put the link in the description. I ordered this from Amazon, I would say maybe on Tuesday. It said it was supposed to ship by June 29th to July 13th. And I'll give the seller a lot of credit. It came here within 3 days. So I'm super impressed with how quick it came in, and I'm excited to get this out and start trying it. So let's unbox this. So when I look at the box, everything looks good. No real damage to it, so let's open this up. So there are other hat presses out there that are a little bit cheaper than this one. Again, my personal preference, I don't need one of the 5-in-1s. I don't need something else that's going to, take up more space than it's really needed. Again, I have a heat press. I've had it for about a year and a half now. It's been a workhorse. It's been absolutely fantastic. It is the PowerPress, so I really highly recommend that. All right. Says it was examined. We have a instructional, which apparently says about golfing. Everything looks good. Everything looks nice and tight inside here. Take you in for a closer look. Nice and packaged up. Let's see what we got. I'm just gonna put it on the paper. I don't want to scratch up the board. So far everything looks good, nothing looks broken, which is always half the battle. Again, we don't know what we're expecting. Got a little bit of chipping on the actual powder coating. Let's plug it in, let's see if we got some power. Power button. So we're gonna have our temperature. I do have a temp gun, so I am gonna double check it just to kind of see where we're at. Our timer is set for 10 seconds. It gets activated as soon as we pull the lever down. It's good to see. Nice smooth motion. Again, it's not really that jerky. Gonna have our tension. And we have our lever to set up our hats. A little bit of a loose screw here. I'll just say, double check, make sure everything's nice and tight, the way it's supposed to be. Set here. I think this was on Amazon for about, I think it's like $250 after taxes. So, I think it's mid-grade. Again, when it comes down to it, it's not something high end. All right, I'm gonna let this heat up. I'm gonna see how long it takes. I'm gonna set my temp to, again, if we're talking about vinyl, so let's try it at 265, and I'm gonna time it, see how long it takes. Give me a sec, guys. Alright guys, so we're going to try a press on a hat. So I've ordered, again, some samples from Supercolor. Again, just want to kind of see what it's like. Vinyl I'm pretty confident on, but it's going to be something different where, again, if someone wants custom, then it's a great way that they get a full color. Honestly, they look absolutely phenomenal. So let's take a test and let's see what happens. So I got it set to 285. Double check with a gun. I've been set at 275 or hitting 296, so that's fine. Same between 285 and 300. So I'll turn it down just a little bit just in case. 270 is what it's at. Go 265 for a little pillow over top. So I have cut a sheet just to make sure that it fits it. It is a little bit baggy, but again, when it goes over top, it's going to be nice and tight to make sure that, again, we're going to try and keep things as best as possible. It's a Teflon sheet. I couldn't think of that before for some reason. I got it locked in, nice and tight, feels good. We're going to try the purple one. I'm going to use a little bit of heat tape. Honestly, it's a good investment where at the end of the day, it's going to give you that little bit of extra support, making sure that it doesn't move. There's nothing worse. Again, I stand behind my quality. I can't be giving out something that is not crooked. Again, if it's crooked, if it's not the way that I would want it, I just personally can't do it. I'm a big perfectionist. There's a lot of garments I would say that are close to perfect, but I don't give them out. That's just me. So I am. Embroidery is even worse, where I don't like anything frayed. I want to make sure it's exactly where it is. So one thing I have found that's worked quite well, fold your design in half, get a little crease. You can see a little crease here. I don't know if you can see it, but there we go. So that little crease is going to line up right in the center. Nice, tight. Looks good. Let's check it out. So I can see it's not going to hit it, so I'm going to pull it back a little bit. I want to make sure I get everything on there. And we got it set for 10 seconds. It says it can be pressed for 10 to 15 seconds. So I'd rather give it less just to make sure. Again, this is the first test. Pressure, medium pressure. So it says hot peel or warm peel. This is a true test, guys. So I can see it needs just a little bit more. I'm going to give it a nice firm pressure. Yeah, it's set to 2.75, 40 psi. No idea what that means. I can see it's peeling off in some areas. Now that I think of it, I should have probably pressed the hat beforehand, make it hot. Again, this is the first one that we're doing it on. So we're going to see. This is press number 3. So in total, that'll be 30 seconds. It is coming off. It's better each time I do it. I mean, it's just finding that right pressure, as well as making sure finding where that heat plate is. Again, it's trial and error. This is why, again, pick up lots of hats to make sure that you perfect your craft beforehand. honestly, smooth. Everything came off. That's it. Everything looks good. Came off clean. You know, I was a little bit worried where, again, if I was consistently pressing, like, what's going to happen? Like, is it going to, you know, peel off? Is it going to melt? But I can honestly say that everything looks nice. Tight, you know, especially between the seams. You know, that's one area that, you know, could always be in question. But no, press, phenomenal. Made it super easy. And for super color, this is definitely something that I would use. And okay, guys, Jonathan from Grit Apparel, give us a follow again on Instagram, Grit2020, or on TikTok at Instagram is Grit Apparel 2020. Instagram is Grit Apparel 2020. Everything across the board, Grit Apparel 2020. Come follow us, send us a like. And again, everything that we learn, I'm going to try and teach you as much as I can. I think that's something that I can do as a small business owner. I know what it's like. I know that there's a lot of frustration. I know that there's a lot of hesitation. Keep doing things. It doesn't mean that you have to get the best equipment. Get your ideas out there. Start helping people out. And, you know, start designing. All right, guys. Have a good one. Love, peace. All right, so one thing I've already noticed, I placed on the hat, again, I just want to kind of see how it was going. So one thing I did notice is there is a little bit of dust or dirt that did get on the hat as soon as I pressed it. So that's something that I would definitely say be aware of if you're going to have it. Yeah, wipe it down, as well as using a Teflon sheet. So, I don't know if you can see that, but again, there is a little bit of dirt on there, so just be aware if you are going to be pressing, you know, anything that's going to be a white hat. To get it on, you know, I think, so one thing I have seen people use pillows underneath it, so I think this is going to be the best method, just to make sure that you do have a nice flat surface. You are going to pull up your rim, and we're going to place it on, and we're going to want to pull it forward. So I've heard things about this where it's very difficult. Again, it's very picky in order to get a nice tight seal. So again, with that pillow underneath, very little move, very little play. I have it set at 271. And you know, we're actually 273. 273. I give it credit where I know this one, it tends to be off about 20 degrees, so I am set to Fahrenheit. And yeah, I give this a lot of credit, especially if it is hitting to temp. Yep, 271. So everything looks good. Again, anytime that you're dealing with cotton, I always stress, again, use a piece of parchment and or Teflon paper. So let's just put over top. So I noticed that it tries to tend to pull it backwards, so I think it's just making sure. Get things stationed. So right there, I got very little play. Nice even pressure. Feels really good actually. 3 seconds, 2. So it looks like nice even pressure across the board. Feels really smooth, honestly, for the cost of it. So you get to kind of see exactly where it outlined. Looks like nice even pressure. So I am going to be playing around with it. I got some hats to be doing over the weekend. And what I did end up securing this with is actually a elastic band. So I will kind of see how that holds up. Not too tight. Again, as long as it's kind of being covered by the cap, it's going to get warm, but we'll see if it actually melts. May end up trying to secure it with something different. But honestly, I'm actually quite impressed with it, especially that it is hitting temp. So again, I have it set at 270, so 265 right now. and we are, I can see it kind of going off a little bit. It's 285. Try it again. 274. So know that again, it's a little bit hotter than what it needs to be, so just turn it down. And I think I just take some time, but I will put the link in the bio for this one, and I will let you guys know how it goes over the weekend. Again, this is Jonathan from Grit Apparel. Feel free to follow us, Grit Apparel 2020 on Instagram or on TikTok. All right, guys. Good luck. Have fun.